So welcome to biology class, and today we are going to study ribosome. So we have started our new chapter, that is cell structure and function. We talked about what is cell, the evolution of cells. We have always also discussed about what is cell membrane and cell wall, and now we have come to the very important organ of the cell, which is called ribosome. So first of all, the question arises, what is ribosome? What is ribosome exactly and where it is found? So ribosome, if you see overall, it is a very important organelle as far as protein production is required. So where does these ribosomes are present? So this is ubiquitous in all the cells except viruses, because viruses are not the cell. So in bacteria, in fungus, in unicellular, eukaryote, prokaryote, everywhere you can actually find this ribosome. So what is the ribosome? The first of all, it is a ribonucleoprotein. Ribosome is made up of two things. One is the rRNA and second is the protein. So therefore it is a ribonucleoprotein. Next part is, it is ubiquitous in all the cells, means it is present in each and every cell of the organism. Next is, it helps in the process of translation. Now the question comes, what is mean by translation? So we know that what is our DNA, right? So this DNA has certain codes in it, and this code will something develop into the mRNA. This process of formation of mRNA from DNA is called transcription. And when this mRNA comes to the cytoplasm or the cytosol, this mRNA must be converted into a particular protein. So what is translation? Translation is the process of formation of protein from the mRNA, from the messenger RNA. Now you know what is mRNA. mRNA is formed by DNA inside the nucleus. Okay. So they say that ribosome is helping in the translation process. What is translation? Translation is the entire process of formation of proteins. Next property is the diameter of the ribosome. The diameter extends from 25.5 nanometer in Escherichia coli, from 2.8 nanometer in the big eukaryotic cells. So around 3 nanometer we can say the size will be. Next is, what is this particular dysfunctional ribosome? It will have the two units. One is the larger unit and second is the smaller unit. You can see in the diagram, it is having two units here. One is the larger unit, one is the smaller unit. Now I'll tell you how these units will be. See, in a cell, it is not like the larger subunit and smaller subunit will be attached. It doesn't be like that. So what is the process? As I told you, the DNA is helping in the formation of mRNA. Once this mRNA comes in the cytoplasm, this mRNA, first of all, it binds to the smaller subunit of the ribosome. So they form the mRNA smaller subunit complex. Now this smaller subunit and mRNA complex will eventually bind to the bigger subunit of the ribosome. And that is how the ribosome mRNA complex is found. Now this particular complex, it will try to decode the mRNA and then it will form the particular amino acid and eventually the protein. So it says that it is having the larger subunit and smaller subunit. I told you how this subunit works. So normally they are not sticked. Normally they are not attached like that. What will happen? First of all, small subunit will bind to the mRNA in the cytoplasm. They'll form mRNA small subunit complex, and then this particular complex will bind to the bigger ribosomal unit, and eventually a complex system is derived which is helping in the decoding of mRNA and finally the formation of particular protein. Next property is especially consists of rRNA and protein, that is ribosomal rRNA and protein. Now what we are going to do is we will try to differentiate the kind of RNA we have, the subunit of RNA we have in prokaryote and in eukaryotes. So what we have done is we have taken certain properties and then we have tried to find out that what kind of RNA is there in the prokaryote and what kind of ribosome is last thing. Next is, as I told you, the ribosome will have smaller subunit, and then the ribosome will also have the larger subunit. So smaller subunit is overall 30S and 40S in prokaryote and in eukaryote. Now this 30S, how this 30S has formed? The portion of protein is around 21% and the 16S is the RNA size, the rRNA size, the ribosomal size. Okay. Similarly, in eukaryote we have approximately 30, that is the protein part, the riboprotein part, and the 18S is our rRNA part, and these both are comprising 40S. Next, in the last subunit overall is 50S and 60S. How this 50 and 60S is formed is the contribution of the ribonuclear protein is around 34 and the contribution of RNA size is 23 and 5S. Similarly, in eukaryote you can see around 50% is providing the protein component, then 28S, 5S and 5.8S are the ribosomal unit, rRNA unit. Now you can think like why these numbers are there, what is the importance of these numbers and how the number has come. So I'll tell you, for example, in eukaryote, when you take eukaryote, they are chromosome number 13, 14, 15, 21 and 22. These are called nuclear organizing regions. What are these? These are nuclear organizing regions. So what basically they do, see what is happening is we have a long DNA. So sometimes you can see here the chromosome number 13 have the one part of the RNA. The chromosome 14, 15, 21, 22 will have a different segment of the RNA. When this RNA develops, so we'll have a small subunit together, right? That is the reason we are having 23S, 5S and 28S, 5.8S, 5S, like that number is there, because it is not one gene which is helping in the formation of the ribosome or the rRNA. Rather, it is like in broken pieces, in different chromosomes, the different genes are there for the rRNA, and therefore we have the smaller unit. Now these small subunit, these 28S, 5.8S and 5S, they will join together and then they'll form the complex ribosome structure. And as we have discussed, the basic function of ribosome is translation. So this is all about the ribosome, and we'll revise the topic first of all. What are the different properties of the ribosome? So we talked about that it is a ribonuclear protein, it helps in the transmission, its diameter is around 3 nanometers, the functional ribosome contains the larger and smaller subunit. The smaller subunit forms a complex with the mRNA initially, and these mRNA and smaller subunit complex will bind to the larger part, the larger subunit of the ribosome, and then we have a complete set of ribosome which is ready for the translation process. Then this ribosome is made up of rRNA and protein. The composition of rRNA and protein we have seen in prokaryote and eukaryote as well. The difference in the number has come because the nuclear organizing region is present in different chromosomes, and therefore they are providing different genes and different proteins. So this is all about the ribosomes. We'll see you in the next lesson. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day.